Hello, I am Coach Gerald back here with another episode of Coach's Corner. Today I wanted to talk about a healthy habits checklist that I like to recommend for all of my clients and for people just for overall general health and wellness. The very first checklist bullet point that I like to shoot for is having 3 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Now, fruits and vegetables are very beneficial for overall health. They provide us with plenty of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and fiber, which is very helpful when it comes to improving our health. The next one would be protein, making sure we're getting in a protein source at each of our meals. And why I recommend a quality protein source at each of our meals is not only for satiety, it helps keep us full for a longer period of time, but it also can be very beneficial for building muscle, and our entire body is made up of proteins. So making sure we get in a decent amount at every meal and overall daily will be essential for overall health, but also body composition and to keep us full for a longer period of time. The next one would be water, making sure we're getting in at least 64 ounces of water a day at a minimum. And that would be about 8 glasses of water, or 4 of those traditional water bottles that you see everywhere. 4 of those a day seems pretty manageable and also just ensures that you are properly hydrated. A dehydrated muscle is at risk for muscle tears, strains. As little as 2% of dehydration and water losses can result in negative performance effects. So making sure that we are getting in plenty of water from an overall health perspective, but an overall performance perspective can be very beneficial. The next one would be limiting caffeine before bed. I love my caffeine, I love my coffee, I like some energy drinks here and there, I like my pre-workout, but I always make sure to not have too much of it in the evening so it doesn't negatively impact our sleep. And caffeine generally has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. So if we had caffeine around noon, then around 5 or 6 p.m., we still have about half of that amount in our system. So if you have a high-dosed caffeinated pre-workout and you go train at 5 p.m., it could potentially cause some negative impacts on your sleep and sleep quality. So that's why I really try to limit caffeine myself and also recommend limiting caffeine before bed with all of my clients. Speaking of sleep, sleeping is super duper important when it comes to improving your body composition and just making your overall daily life more enjoyable. I'm sure everybody knows by now that when we are sleep deprived or we don't get a good night's rest, we are crankier. The day just seems to drag on, and we also seem to struggle a little bit more in our everyday activities and everyday life. That being said, I always like to focus on at least about 7 hours per night. Sleep is definitely going to be individualized per person. Some people can get away with sleeping 6 hours regularly and have no issues at all. But if you're like me, I shoot for at least 7 hours, and I find that 7 to 8, maybe even 9 hours if we're getting crazy, can be really beneficial for improvements in body composition and just overall health too. Making sure that we're limiting a bunch of screen time before bed can be really beneficial. Watching a bunch of YouTube videos or scrolling on your phone is very stimulating, and it could negatively impact our sleep even more. So that's why reading a book, finding some strategies that you're not constantly scrolling or staring at a screen for a long period of time can be beneficial for improving your sleep quality and duration too. Last one would be stress management. So I am a huge advocate for doing something small every day to de-stress and just relax. So for me personally, I like to go on walks and listen to podcasts. I'm also a big fan of music. So I love listening to music throughout the day. It really calms me, soothes me. You might catch me singing if I'm off guard too, but big fan of music, big fan of podcasts. I like to have some activity out there too. So going on a walk allows me to kind of meditate, think about the day, and think about things I need to focus on and work on for the day, and also just kind of get in my thoughts and just relax. Reading a book could be another one as well. I know a lot of people enjoy that. It helps you, down regulate at the night, and also allows for you to get a little sleepy too. I know a lot of people like to read a book before bed. just to kind of induce a little bit more sleepiness. The main thing with that is making sure that we are doing things that we like and enjoy and making this whole process and our lives easier. So I'm a big advocate for doing things you like, playing some video games with friends, socializing with family, anything like that you can do a little bit every single day can just really help your mental health as well. It's not just about our physical health. I am always focused on my clients' mental health as well. I hope that helps you. I hope this checklist can come in handy for you, that maybe anybody that is struggling with their health efforts or their progress. So feel free to give me a follow or ask me any other questions. I'd be happy to help you out as much as possible when it comes to nutrition, exercise, or just forming some healthy habits to improve your life. But thanks so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk with you soon. See ya.